Good afternoon, everybody. How we doing? Hey, I have a buddy named Scott that lives in New Jersey, has his own lawn care business, has several employees, and we were talking the other day, and he said, Doc, does anybody ever ask you, how you get through the winter without working in the wintertime? I said, yeah, and I said, but I've never really done a video on it, and he was asking me a lot of questions about it, so I kind of want to go over how we save money for the winter, how we save money to pay our taxes, and how we save money to pay ourselves and to still have money in the business. So we're going to go over that, but a couple things I want to do first, guys. I want to thank my buddy Ron's Lawns Crystal Rivers. Right there, that's for you, Ron. He sent me this today, guys. You know I'm a steel man. This hat is going to be worn next year, most of the year, unless it's driving me crazy and I'll take it off. But I appreciate that, brother. He left me that with a couple Bible verses. So God bless you, Ron. Please get better. Guys, Ron just went through surgery, so please pray for him. Also, guys, I wanted to show you some new workwear that I got. I got these high vis with the American flag on them. These are from Patriot Crew. Found that on Instagram, and they are 100% made in the USA. So I got the yellow, and I also have the orange. And you'll see they say Patriot Crew right on the sleeve there. So very nice, very light. So when the heat gets going, these things will be perfect. Also, I want to thank my man who supplies me with the snap-on gloves and my grease. Edward Molina, thank you, brother. I love these things. I love them. They're awesome, man. And the guy sends me grease about once every year and a half, guys, for the mower. Best grease I've ever used in my life. I will go next month when we get outside. I'll go over it and show you what he sends me in case you guys want to buy some. Now, anyway, let's get to it. So I'm going to break it down like this, guys. I'm going to start by saying you have made $1,000. And I'm going to put some things next to it, and I'll show you. So you have $1,000, okay? 10% of that is going to be your taxes. So what's 10% of 1,000? It's $100. So you minus 100, that gives you 900. This is super simple, guys, and if you don't get it, you can call me. I'll explain it to you. Another 10% is what you're going to pay yourself, okay? Because you have to pay yourself. Think about it this way, guys. You go out, all of you watching the video go out every day and you work hard. And the customer writes you a check. But what percentage of that are you paying yourself? And I would say 70% of the people are paying themselves nothing out of that. So let's just say we pay ourselves 10%. That's another $100. So we now have $800. Okay, so we have $800 left. Now, we've paid taxes, we've paid ourselves. Now, here's where it gets tricky, because we are all different here, I guarantee you. What is your debt to income ratio? Okay, debt to income. And if you don't know what that is, it's simple. It's how much you make as opposed to how much you have to spend to pay all your bills. Okay? So I'm going to say, for craps and giggles, because I know it's a little bit lower than this, that our debt to income is 40%. So 40% of 800. Anybody know what that is? If I'm correct, is that 400, honey? No. No.
What's the math? 40%
of 800. See, my wife is a math genius. She's got this. 50% of them would have been 400.
It's 320.
320. Okay. So 320 is what I need to pay my bills out of the 800. So what I do personally is I leave the 800 into the DLT Lawn Care. Okay? Now I've already taken 100 and putting it into my business savings because I want to pay taxes. I've taken 100 out and put it into my personal savings because I've paid myself 10%. Now I need 320 out of $800, okay, to pay my bills. So once I do that, I am left with how much, honey? 480 bucks, right? I'm left with 480, guys. Okay? Left with 480. Now, that is in the business account to buy filters, oil, anything else. But I'm not done. I've paid the bills for the week. I've paid myself 10%. Now I want to go above and beyond, and I want to give myself another 10% into my winter fund. Okay? And honey, what is 10% of 480?
10% is $48.
That's $48, guys. So what I do, you got 480 minus 48, which I believe is $52, right, babe? Or
480 minus 48?
yeah, I'm sorry, not 52, but 32, right?
Yes.
$32 left over, guys. So what I'm doing is I'm leaving the 400 into the business. I've already paid my bills. I've paid my taxes. I've paid myself 10%. Now I have $32 left over out of the 480. So I'm going to transfer that other $32 into my savings once again. So I've actually, instead of saving 10%, I've saved about 12 to 13%. Now the 48 is what I save for the week for the winter bills. How do you know what you need for the winter? Okay, it's simple. You've got mortgage, car payments, cell phone, gas, water, electric, food, gas for your car, and any type of trip you want to take. So as you are making $1,000 and you're making 1,000. Let's say you make 1,000 in 2 days. Well, you've already put $132 away for yourself. Okay, that's 132 in 2 days. You've already put $100 away for your taxes. You've already paid your bills for those 2 days. And you've already put away almost 50 bucks for the winter, and we're talking 2 days. So let's say you make $90,000. Super simple. If you put 10% of 90,000 away, that's $9,000 that you've saved for the winter. 9,000. Now, with our debt to income ratio so low, we don't need that kind of money for the winter. We don't need it. So we don't have to put away that much. So it's really simple. A lot of people have asked me, like, Doc, why do you like getting paid once a month? Why? Because it's this simple. If I get paid every week, every day of the week, and I'm putting 45 and 50 and 45 and all that into my bank account every day, I don't have time to go home at night and figure out the formula. Okay, it's simple for me. Let me do it on another piece of paper. And this is typically what I make in a month. I'm just going to go with this number. 7,000. Okay? Say I make that in a month. 10% of that, 700. 10% of that, 700. You see what I'm saying? But if you get checks if you get 5 checks in a day and they add up to that, you have to sit down every night and go through this system. Every single night. I don't have to do that, guys. I do it once a month. We write our bills out once a month. We put our savings into our account once a month. And so you've taken all that time that you have to sit there and take pictures of your checks every night. You've taken all that and wiped all that free time you've given yourself that free time back. All that time you're doing that, you're giving to yourself back because you don't have to go online every night and do your banking every single night of the week. It literally takes me 25 minutes at the end of the month to write all my checks out, pay all my bills off, save all our money, and have all our winter money saved. Now, I had talked about before having envelopes put away. When I was young in business, that's exactly how I did it. I would get paid $1,000, and I would take that 10%, which is $100, and I would take it out of my checking, and they would usually give me 5 $20 bills, and I would go home and I would have an envelope that said electric bill, gas bill, cell phone bill, car payment, and I would put $20 in each of those every week or twice a month. And that's how I was able to save up enough to not have to work through the winter. I know there will be a lot of people that say your system doesn't work, you don't know what you're talking about. Well, I'm living proof it works. I've talked to enough people to know it works. It's kind of the same thing that Dave Ramsey does with the envelope system, only we don't use envelopes, we use a savings account for the same thing. But we know that this percentage of money has to be put away every month. So that's how it's done. If you guys have any questions, and I hope you could see the graph there. Boom. Throw it up a little closer, but it's very simple, man. It's very simple, and that's why I like to collect at the end of the month. By the 5th day, which is the very end of the month, all of my checks are in the bank, everything has cleared, and I can go ahead and do all this work. All of this work takes literally 10 minutes. Instead of doing it every day of the week, 6 days a week, 7 days a week. Banks aren't open on Sunday. I got to go to the bank tomorrow. I got to do this tomorrow. Man, you have no idea how less stressful my life is because of my system. And this was a system that was passed on to me by a friend of mine who retired from a tree company with over $750,000 just by being a tree guy. Okay? It works, it's smart, and if you're interested or you need help, you guys know how to get a hold of me. I'll put my email up above. And in tomorrow's video, okay, we got something in the mail today. I cannot wait to show you guys this. This is going to be sweet. So, guys, hope you enjoyed it. Hope it helps. It's not the be-all, end-all system. It's not going to cure everything. You still have to work hard. You still have to save. You still have to be responsible with your money. You cannot go into credit card debt with this. This is, you know, this takes discipline. And I would say maybe 2% of the people that watches this video, maybe 2%, maybe 3%, have the discipline it takes to do it. It's just not easy because you don't get to go out and just spend wherever you want to. You're more cognizant of what you're saving for your retirement. This is a retirement owning a lawn care business savings plan. This is not a just live life however you want to and spend all your money savings plan. So, guys, as always, Dr. Real is in the house. Keep it real. I'm going to show you what it looks like outside because this is why Doc is doing the video inside. We got snow, baby. Yeah, we got snow. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.